Welcome to the very first episode of Leaping Larry's Let's Plays. I thought for my first game, why not do my favorite game of all time? I know a lot of people like to save that till some later on arbitrary time, but I figure, why not the first? That seems like as good a time as any. We get a whole bunch of story exposition at the beginning here about what's important is that we have to save the 7 maidens, the descendants of the wise men. Basically, we have to beat all the dungeons and then the big boss. That's what we need to know. Alright. Help me, please help me. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. The wizard Aghanim has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Aghanim has seized control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 wise men's seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me. Larry, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. Alright. So like I say, this is indeed, I would say, still standing as my favorite game of all time. Of course, there are lots that come close. And lots of other franchises I like, but this is just that one game that, one game that really clicked for me that made it into a hobby, I guess. So immediately we violate the rules of our dear old uncle here. Larry, I didn't want you involved in this. Told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield, and listen, you can focus power in the blade. Then release it using the secret technique handed down by our people. Larry, you can do it. Save the princess. Zelda is your... I always found that one line heavy on the mind. I never quite figure out what was meant to be said there. Or if that's like is that a transitional quirk, or does he sort of leave an open-ended question like that in the Japanese version as well, I wonder. Pressing questions for our times, no doubt. I always just love the atmosphere of the rain coming down at the beginning of this. Remember that being definitely something that I had never seen before. This whole opening sequence with the rain and the thunder and all the soldiers sort of telling you couldn't really go anywhere. I didn't actually own the original Zelda, but I did play it before owning this one, because one of my friends had it, and I always did like it, and we could always get to both the 3rd dungeon, and mostly we just enjoyed exploring around on the overworld, and I know a lot of people now argue that the freedom in that one is the purest form of Zelda or whatever. I'm not quite sure what the argument is exactly, but I do remember not being able to get very far in that because of the sort of more arbitrary nature of it, which is more indicative of normal Nintendo games anyway. However, with this one, it had all the sort of secrets and all the hidden things that the original did in a way, but hid them in a way that wasn't so obscure, wasn't so arbitrary, but still made you feel smart, like you still thought it out, you know? I think that might have been one reason why this had a lasting impression on me. 'Cause mind you, at that age, playing Super Nintendo games, when I was playing this, I rented other games like Final Fantasy and such, but Final Fantasy back then, that was one I could never figure out. I could only ever get so far before just pressing attack, and not really knowing what to do with the magic spells would basically limit my ability to progress. Whereas the way the progression works in this with the item system, it sort of is more clear, like, oh, now I need the hammer to progress. So she just told me about some secret staircase that's up in the throne room that I should know about. So we'll go check that out and see if that can get us out of this castle nightmare where all the guards have apparently turned on everybody. Thanks to the wizard Aghanim. Sure, you've noticed I'm playing this with a CRT filter. I do tend to enjoy the way pixelated games especially look on a CRT filter. And one thing I've noticed watching some other YouTube channels online is I have not seen many people use one, so why not provide a different visual experience? If I'm going to be playing some of the retro games that I'm sure everybody has played on their channels, why not offer a different visual flavor? So we'll be using CRT filters where appropriate. When we get to the Game Boy games, I'll have some Game Boy style shaders set up for that. In any game where it's mostly appropriate. So the secret passage is in the throne room, she says. Just run right by those jokers. That ornamental shelf should open. Do you have a light? It's pitch dark inside. You can't see without one. If you're ready, let's go. Help me push it from the left. Speaking of pitch black, that reminds me, I will definitely be doing a Zelda randomized playthrough. Actually, multiple, I plan on. As I said, it's my favorite game, so you can definitely expect that to happen. I would like to do the first one I will do is a basic, just, you know, the randomizer, nothing requiring glitches, etc. And then after that, I would like to do one where you start in the dark world, and your goal is to work your way to the light world in order to defeat Ganon. It's a really interesting spin on things, and makes the opening sections much more difficult. In those playthroughs, it's not uncommon to have to fight, you know, blind the thief boss with only 3 or 4 hearts, which can be quite a task, let me tell you. Blind is not an easy boss. Lots of flying around and shooting. There's that key we need. Almost through these sewers. No time at all, look at that. Sanctuary is just beyond that door. Pull the switch over there. You have to pull the lever to open the door. Oops. Wasn't quite close enough to the thing when I pressed the A button. Princess Zelda, you are safe. Is this your doing, Larry? Yes, it was Larry who helped me escape from the dungeon when I was captive. The wizard said, once I have finished with you, the final one, the seal of the wise men will open. Larry, you must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard's clutches. If he releases the seal of the 7 wise men, evil power will overwhelm this land. Before that happens, before it's too late, destroy the wizard before he destroys all of Hyrule. You can do it. You can. I sense that a mighty evil force guides the wizard's actions and augments his magical power. The only weapon potent enough to defeat the wizard is the legendary Master Sword. It is said that the village elder is a descendant of one of the 7 wise men. Maybe he can tell you more. I will mark his house on your map, but watch your every move. I'm certain that the castle soldiers will be looking for you now. I will hide Princess Zelda here. Do not worry. Seek the elder. Yes, of course I understand. I'm Link. Larry. I'm Larry. I got it. Leapin' Larry's got this. Excellent. Our first life upgrade. Much needed life upgrade. Just like, hello, I'm right here. Good old boomerang. Might as well grab a few upgrades first, I guess. So we'll just slide into the... Oh, excuse me, gentlemen. We'll just sneak on into the Lost Woods here for a second. We can get a heart piece and a mushroom. Now we're gonna be smart little elf children and not eat the mushroom. Instead, we're gonna take it to a witch who's gonna then turn it into a concentrated potion which we will drink. Much better. Much more intoxicating. Here we go. Now we'll just go take this to the witch after, and she'll make us some special mushroom powder. Oh, I took a wrong turn. Much rather deal with the bird than the thief. You can't kill the thief in this. There is some options in the randomizer that does allow you to do that. Can't remember exactly why. Yeah, see, it was this house right here where you're supposed to talk to. Who? Oh, it's you, Larry. What can I do for you, young man? The elder? Oh, no one has seen him since the wizard began collecting victims. What? Master Sword? Well, I don't remember the details exactly, but... long ago, a prosperous people known as the Hylia inhabited this land. Legends tell of many treasures that the Hylia hid throughout the land. The Master Sword, mighty blade forged against those with evil hearts, is one of them. People say that now it is sleeping deep in the forest. Do you understand the legend? Anyway, look for the elder. There must be someone in the village who knows where he is. You take care now, Larry. We will take care. I will take care. I'll do that. Now, if we fall down a hole over here, we can get a little secret. Oh. My up on this controller seems awfully sensitive. Hopefully that doesn't present us with any issues. I'm gonna hope not. Now, some other games I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the Mario series. Definitely. Like in chronological order, let's say. Let's say we do that. starting of course with the original Mario, and do the mainline series. So, Super Mario Brothers, then do the Japanese version of Super Mario Brothers 2. Of course, I will do some streaming on the channel eventually. That Super Mario Brothers 2, the original, will be pre-recorded because you know there's gonna be a lot of deaths in that, which means I might have to do some editing. That's fine though. I'll do that, and then we'll do the westernized version, which was, you know, the reskinning of Doki Doki Panic, which has some really strange translation errors in the original. Like the incorrect naming of Birdo. We'll see that when we get to it, though. Yeah, so go through those in order. After this Zelda, I would like to do 64. Definitely. And Wind Waker has always been one of my favorites. I'm gonna do some more modern games as well, including probably some Kerbal Space Program at some point. I think this is the guy who gives us information. Hi Larry, Elder? Are you talking about the grandpa? Don't tell any bad people about this. He's hiding in the palace past the castle. I will mark the spot on your map. Here you are. So now that we got a bottle, we can get the net as well. But first I'll get more bombs before I waste all the ones I got. Because right here in the beginning, you're very limited on the bombs until you get going. There, 4, that's a good number. That'll get us the rest of the secrets we can get in this village. Which there's a chest in here. I'll go chickens. I'm doing that for your own good, I swear. This might be arrows or something? Yeah. See, this is what'll be cool with when we do randomized playthrough of this. Any chest, you never know what you're gonna get. Any chest has potential to be like the most important item you need at the time. And at the same time, any chest has the chance to send you back to the drawing board, wondering where the heck you can actually go next. It's all in good fun. Definitely do some one-off playthroughs, like with some arcade games and things. Oh, in my summer car, yeah, we'll definitely get to that, stuff like that. Quirky crafting and indie style games, I like playing all that kind of stuff. Always into the retro games, so we'll probably go through some Metroids. I'm thinking the Mega Mans too, that they'll be pre-recorded. I'm not a pro sweaty gamer, but I'm not bad. I can get my way through some games. I would like to tackle Earthworm Jim. As a kid, I could beat most of the levels except for this one water level in Earthworm Jim, where you have to go through this little bubble submarine thing, and it's just so annoying. You have a time limit, and you're bouncing off the walls. Oh my goodness. It's enough to pull your hair out. But I would like to actually beat that. Oops. If you can reach the goal within 15 seconds, we'll give you something good. Ready, set, go. Giving it. We're giving it. Give us that sweet, sweet heart piece. There we go. So now, might as well head to the castle, or the Eastern Palace. If we check our map over there. Remember the map just completely blowing me away as a kid? I could be mistaken, but I remember the original Zelda, you did have somewhat of a map, but it was in the instruction manual, or included with the box anyway. And I believe it wasn't all filled in. Like a good portion, most of the beginning areas and all that stuff, that was all mapped out. But then it just had blank squares. And was like, it's up to you to explore these areas. Good luck. Which at the time, you know, that unheard of in a game, basically. But looking back, also, it's like, no wonder I didn't get anywhere as a kid beyond the third dungeon in that. Might as well switch back to the boomerang. Oh, I thought I made it to the stairs before he could touch me, but no. Not quite. Okay. Eastern Palace. Let's get by these little tentacly guys. Dodge the bowling balls. Dungeon bowling balls. I do love the music in this game. Tense dungeon theme. First time you heard this, you knew you gotta figure some stuff out. And you're gonna be fighting some things. Basically, it's good music. Oh! Didn't swing my sword in time. Need to get the big key. We'll just get the pendant first before we talk to Saharashala. I think that's how you say his name. Once I see the spelling, that might help a little. Probably not. Probably not at all. Alright, here's where we get the big key. Beat down this dungeon in no time. Makes for a good opening, I think. Oh. So you want to save this one for this guy for sure. So right now, until I get this, until I get the big key, I can't really get through this room technically, or can't kill that one statue guy. Although you can actually cheese it by taking advantage of the invincibility frames and forcing yourself to just pick up that pot anyway. But for what it's worth, we'll just beat the room, you know? Oh. Once I visit that witch that'll give me the mushroom powder, then you have a means of dealing with those anti-fairies that almost is game breaking in a way. As long as you have magic powder, you can always farm a fairy out of those guys. And they put them in the Dark World dungeons like crazy. So now we want the bow out here. Nearly to the boss. Ouch. Ouchie. Let's just say bye-bye to this room. You just want to go as fast as you can through this room. It worked out pretty good for me there. Oh, darn. Now these guys, you have to use arrows on. Pots don't work on the red fillers. Ow. Got me into the corner. Grab whatever life is here before the boss, because why not? Here we go, living Armo statues, or whatever they are. Tough guys, real tough guys. Big, strong, tough guys, they were. Here we go, we get the pendant that Sir Harashula would have asked me to get. Had we talked to him first. We will go talk to him now, though, because definitely want the boots that he's about to bestow upon us. Probably my favorite item in the entire game, I would say, is these boots. You are correct, young man. I am Sir Harashula. The village elder and a descendant of the 7 wise men. What? Larry. I'm surprised a young man like yourself is looking for the sword of evil's bane. Not just anyone can use that sword. According to the tales handed down by the Hylia, only the hero who has destroyed 3 great evils and won the 3 pendants can wield the sword. I see you have acquired the pendant of courage. I will tell you about the legend behind it. So what's interesting to me is how they have in this the pendant of courage, wisdom, and power, and then in the next one they take, instead of the pendants of wisdom, courage, and power, that's the 3 pieces of the Triforce. We just kind of found that interesting. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of Hylia. These knights of Hyrule were also guardians of the pendant of courage. Unfortunately, most of them were destroyed in the great war against evil that took place when the 7 wise men created their seal. Among the descendants of the knights of Hyrule, a hero must appear. I see. Larry, I believe you. You should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it. He gives you the Pegasus Shoes. Now you can execute a devastating dash attack. A helpful item is hidden in the cave on the east side of Lake Hylia. Get it! And what he's talking about there is, of course, the completely unnecessary but most useful ice rod. Which, of course, I will go and get in the very next episode. But now we have the Pegasus Shoes, so we can do this. That will speed up progress even more. And just notice how his head passes behind that light there. That's kind of funny. Because, of course, if you went behind it. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I hope... Wait now. Yeah. So that makes for a good opening episode right there, I think. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And I hope to see you all again in the next episode. Leaping Larry out.